Okay. We should be back. This was internet cutout. How lovely. How lovely, I must say. So hopefully you guys stayed along the way. We're still taxiing down this long taxiway. We're getting ready for takeoff, so apologies for this technical difficulty. Definitely not the nicest thing to have, but we're here nevertheless. Yeah. Crazy stuff happening. Lovely jubbly. So, we can get the aircraft ready now. All the way. And we will do a before takeoff checklist to the line.
Config.
Checked.
Flaps.
Checked.
Flaps 5 set. Green light.
Stab trim.
Set.
Takeoff briefing.
Yeah, we discussed it. Done.
Reviewed.
Cabin.
Secured.
Before takeoff checklist completed to the line.
Okay. Below
Before
the line.
takeoff checklist below
So
the
we
line.
turn the strobe
MCP.
on.
Set.
Transponder.
TARA.
Strobe lights.
On.
Landing lights.
On.
Before takeoff checklist completed.
Okie dokie, ladies and gentlemen. We'll turn the wiper to on. And let's start our takeoff roll. 40%. %, set, stabilized. Toga. And of course the chrono while we're rolling down. As well turn on the chrono.
80 knots.
Check, release forward pressure. V1, hands off throttle, and rotate. Gear up. 400 check. Check. 1000 check. Autopilot can now come on. We can start retracting the flaps, so I'll set flaps 2. Now flying, we don't really need the wipers, so very rainy day from small clouds relatively. We can now turn on our weather radar. Again, apologize for the pretty annoying stream cut. I didn't realize until about a minute afterwards that we weren't online. Thankfully, I managed to see it. I couldn't stream again onto the previous broadcast. I'm not sure how to do that, so something for me to learn for the future. I'll try and merge the streams later on. Right, so I'm happy to go with VNAV now and increase to 370, which is our final flight level. We should have accelerated long ago. Okay, so I'm ready to retract flaps. Flaps 1. Flaps up. Lovely. So, after takeoff checklist, gear up and off, auto brake off, flaps up, no light, engine switches, we turn on to auto, and we are 6,000 feet. After takeoff
After
checklist,
takeoff checklist. Air conditioning and pressurization.
set, pressurization
Set.
inverted L,
Engine start switches.
Off.
Landing gear.
Up and off.
Auto brake.
Off.
Flaps.
Up. No lights.
Altimeters.
set 1010, and then we will
Set.
change that
Takeoff
to
checklist
standard.
completed.
Normal might be the sound for me. I do have it to be realistic here. Let me see. Windshield rain. Oh wow. I don't think you guys were able to hear this, but I was. And I have to say, it is pretty annoying. I can lower it down, it's pretty nice. And stay low. This one can too. It's nice to have a subtle ambiance. So, on that checklist will be the descent checklist, so we can put that away for now. Mountains look good. We don't have ortho for any part of this sector. Reason being, storage-wise, and obviously I wanted to get the basic performance first. So now that we are climbing, we will go to our N1 limit and delete any restrictions so that the aircraft can quickly go ahead and fly. Get there faster. Okay. Interesting takeoff that was. And an even more interesting stream cutaway. I'm not sure if I can merge the two streams. I'll try and see what I can do. I think we should be able to. Okay, we're outside. Right, we're passing 10.6, so landing lights and taxi lights all off. And 13,000 feet is obviously our transition altitude. Yeah, the frames are pretty good up here, I'm not going to lie, just quite refreshing. So 13,000 feet. More than just standard. There's a warning light over there I just saw. GBWS in up. Okay. Cockpit's pretty dark, but I have to say the displays are easily visible, unlike you know, Flight Deck to Sim I think has a problem with his displays not showing. I mean, I installed this mod literally yesterday, tried to prepare it and everything. That's why everything seems a little bit rushed this stream, and it is really. It's really rushed. But very nice visuals here in the Boeing cabin. Cockpit, should I say. Nice clouds. Without ortho, it doesn't look too bad. It's obviously not the best, but it doesn't look too bad. Clouds, I have them on, I think, high quality. Not too bad, not too bad. But I was never able to see the WXR on the terrain page, which is quite annoying. Let's quickly go check. Long way till our top of descent. Will be an interesting landing. I've only done a couple of landings yesterday, tried to learn how the aircraft moves after a year of not flying, so hopefully we'll be set. Hope your Ramadan is going well, and obviously for those of you who are wondering and just joined the stream, we are flying the Ramadan special livery of Caliphate Airways. Lovely livery. It is not it is not that special, I'm not going to lie. It could be a lot more special, but as you can see, we do have that nice golden look to the actual aircraft, which actually does look pretty good, not gonna lie. Not going to lie. A nice little golden look, which is what I was going for. Ramadan Mubarak to everyone. It's a very horrible design currently, but we're going to hopefully have more time this week so that we can make it a little bit more professional looking. The thing that took me a lot of time was the blue texture, which does look quite interesting, and that's what's special about this livery today. But on the tail, I tried to add some SVGs and some other stuff. That wouldn't work. I tried to purchase them, and it seems like the website had some issues. So we'll just stick with this as far as we're concerned. Let's quickly do a pressure check. Yeah, that looks good. My voice may sound a little bit weird today. It's because I'm pretty ill, so bear with me on that one. We'll wait to get to cruise level, and then we'll have a quick little break, so that we can regroup and the rest. We currently have one viewer, it seems, and that's probably me. I'm checking to see obviously if the stream is running. Otherwise, I wouldn't have actually found out until way later on, probably, if I wasn't checking. So it's pretty good that I checked. Let's see. I'll be looking at different tutorials on how to merge streams if there is such a thing as merging streams. So yeah. Nice, I'd say very nice coloring. Very nice coloring. The climb performance is fantastic on the Boeing, obviously we all know that. Seems like we're going through some light turbulence here. Let's see. Top of climb is approaching. We're about 40, 50 or 60 miles, 60 something miles away. Testament to the performance of the Boeing. This mod is pretty well made. I mean, realistic wise, it's very realistic. The seats, you know, they got that nice fluff to them on the sides. The textures aren't as good as Flight Simulator 2020. Although I can't really complain. These look pretty clean. Obviously you see the off button here, you know, the textures aren't the best, to be honest. Yeah, it's pixelated here. This looks pretty clean, however. It may be that this is a different type of image, which can withstand me zooming into it without it changing quality as much, you know. However, the off looks pretty pixelated, so it may be a PNG, this may be an SVG, who knows. But there is a different, you see how this is way wider than this. There is a way different. And these look better than these. So where we set the QNH looks way better than that. Very nice sky. The clouds are nice as well. The sim is doing a good job at generating the clouds, and the way they generate the clouds is actually quite nice. Tablet, not as good as the PMDG tablet, of course. I hope I didn't anger a lot of people, but it does the job, right? It does the job. I wish it was a little bit more intuitive like the PMDG one, which literally had two applications. One of them you did the performance, the other one you did the OFB, and it had the map and everything. I wish it was a little bit more intuitive. But nevertheless, it doesn't look bad. Like, if I was to show this to someone, I bet they'd have a little bit of a hard time deciding whether this is the PMDG or the ZIBO mod. In terms of looks, that is. Now, in terms of handling, Xplane just edges the PMDG. ZIBO mod edges the PMDG on the handling side of things. Obviously, ZIBO has taken a lot of feedback from Flight Deck to Sim, and hopefully other pilots, as far as I know, to make this a realistic experience. But so has PMDG. With that said, PMDG still doesn't seem to be as realistic to handle as the ZIBO mod, which is a very... how do I say this? The person who made the ZIBO mod has got a lot of... how to say this? He has got a lot of skill to go against a giant of the flight sim world with a freeware aircraft, which in terms of realism it beats it. Now, texture quality isn't the best, but that's with most aircraft in Xplane. Whether you get the payware stuff or the freeware stuff, they always are subservient texture wise to MSFS. have our coffee here, which is pretty cool. Obviously, we don't drink because it's Ramadan, so I don't know why this coffee's here. Oh well. Nevertheless, this is a fantastic cockpit, and it's quite dark. So if I look outside, the cockpit, look, the Xplane detects that I'm looking inside the cockpit, so it whites out the outside a little bit. You know, we can't see anything. Oh no, it doesn't white it out. It well, it does. As you can see, there is a white hue because I'm looking in the cockpit. When I look outside, it becomes clearer, and this becomes darker. So that's what Xplane is doing. They've released that. But this seems to be a very huge cloud base. What is happening here? I'm not sure if this is realistic. If I'm honest with you guys, I'm not sure if this is what's happening in real life right now. Seems like it needs to accelerate a little bit more before we can climb further. But that's crazy. That's crazy. I wonder whether we can see I wonder whether we can see a live showing of the Saudi Arabian peninsula. So the time in Saudi Arabia now is 1:53, I believe. And there seems to be clouds. I'm looking. But definitely not this many clouds. Okay. Just want to see Saudi Arabia, and I want to see the clouds. Okay. There is clouds over Mecca all the way to Riyadh right now in Saudi Arabia. I can see a live feed. Not sure if you guys can see it. You can't see it, so let me just quickly allow you to see it. So if I was to go out here, not game capture but window capture, that would be Firefox over here. So let me transform and fit the screen. Seems like I have to do this on everything I add. Well, without leaking any of my information, I won't hover over any of the top right stuff. As you can see, there are clouds. However, look, unless we're viewing a very zoomed in version of it, they're actually pretty realistic. They're broken up here. Before it was way more dense, right? I'm looking at the stream now. That's why you guys may looking at one and the other. Let me quickly turn this off. So the Xplane now has broken them up a little bit, which is nice, pretty nice. But if we go further away, very nice sim, very nice clouds. Let's see if we can make out. Let's see if we can make out the clouds. So these look pretty boxy, but these ones seem very nice, right? So if I was to go and open up the Firefox view, you know, this is how the clouds are designed there. You know, you see the way they're designed. This is pretty good. It's pretty realistic compared to the sim over here. So Can't complain about that. Let's go back to our beloved aircraft. Very nice aircraft, very fast. We are now at cruise altitude. I'm happy to let the passengers go for now. In the cabin. Okay, so we're starting the service. Nice. Now, let's quickly go to init ref. Actually, I want to see our top of distance to our top of descent. Oh, is this where I could have added the winds, by the way? No. Probably not. It would have been in the route perf. I've just completely zoned out this stream. Yeah, to top of descent we have 220 nautical miles. So until then, we'll take a little bit of a break, and then we'll come shortly before the top of descent, and we'll essentially set up the aircraft for landing, approach, all that good stuff. So until then, Salam alaykoum, and take care and enjoy a view of the aircraft as we fly through on top of the clouds. We skim or skiing on top of the clouds nicely. Bismillah. Wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillahi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We're back from the break, and we are at a distance of 100 nautical miles away, so we better get started, right? Oh, I did something. There we go. Back on track. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get it done. So, we have, if I go to sim brief, our arrival. Let's load up the flight plan. Oh, I saw. Okay, UPDF. Okay. You guys aren't able to see this yet. Right, so let's quickly go over to landing. We'll be landing runway 33 right. The condition chronometer is what we need to check. So QNH is 1019. We need to add, before we do the perf, let's quickly go and do our fixes. So our fix would be runway 33 right, have a 10 nautical mile ring, a 4 nautical mile ring, and 111, which is 37 times 3 mile ring, which is almost there on the top of descent. Did I hear a call? Oh well. Okay. The wind is 110.7, 110 at 7, 110 at 7. Enter that. The temperature is 27 degrees, apology. And we will be landing with flap 30. Brakes, auto brake 2, which is normal. Speed brake, auto, yeah. And our landing rate will be 60, so around 60 tons. What? Is it already? $60. Okay, that's fine. That's it. Okay. Let's go next. And this will be our VREF of 30 on the flaps plus 5, which is, it adds 5. So 142 is our VREF. Let's quickly go and do that here. Init ref, get 30, flaps 30, 143, which is within 1 of the performance tool, so we are good to go. So, are we ready for descent? The question gets to be, let's quickly check our checklists.
Descent checklist. Pressurization.
Set landing altitude, we already set it,
Set.
2000.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Approach briefing and fuel.
Approach brief and fuel, we'll discuss the fuel, 4.9, discussed, yeah.
Discussed.
IAS and altitude bugs.
They're set.
Checked and set.
Descent checklist completed.
Awesome. Now approach, landing, and shutdown, left. Whilst we do that, let's quickly look at the charts. So, obviously from next stream you guys be able to see them with me, see the charts. I'm opening up. We're coming all the way from Kavur, so Kavur will need to be above flight level 210. And our approach, we are runway 33 right, which is ILS, runway 33 right. We need to set up the lovely thing is here, so ILS would be 109.1. Swap that over. And swap that over as well. Quickly set the course of 327. Should be the other way. Oh. 327 and 327. Okay. Now we need to set our minimum. So for ILS, minimum decision altitude is 2,216 for barrel. So we'll set that quickly. Awesome. Pretty configured for landing. We have a nice tailwind. Okay. So, quickly let's see. So if we, here the chart says that if we have a missed approach for any reason, we'll need to make a right turn to Matt Foxtrot 3. Let me quickly check. So we set this to plan and reduce the range a little bit. Let's go to nice step through. Auto exposes and yeah, Matt Foxtrot 3, right turn to Matt Foxtrot 3. Okay. Then up there we need to be at or above 4,300 feet. Pretty doable if we have both engines anyways. Then we'll need make a left turn over to the Lopak, hold there at 7,000 feet. So that should be our go around our missed approach procedure. So we've just briefed that. Now transition level is flight level 150 and transition altitude is 30,000 feet for Riyadh. So either way, let's turn back to our map and our legs. Increase it to 40. About 20 or 30 something, 38 nautical miles away. Very cloudy weather. You can see these displays are quite dark, quite dim. It's not as easy to see. Not sure if we can set auto brake 2 from now. Might as well. So let's get the passengers seated. Now that we're set up, let me quickly check chat, see if anyone's got any questions. If you do, let me know. Let's quickly see now. If you look inside, it looks way brighter, and if you look outside, it gets dark. Quite noticeably, which is okay. It's very much a camera way of working things out. I don't think the eye works the same. Not sure if it's that realistic. We had some complaints from flight officer about this. A lovely golden looking blue quartz looking livery for Ramadan. I have to say it's not the best looking Ramadan based livery, but it's definitely up there, right? Now you may wonder, you may say, SkyCaliph, why is this showing there, not there? That's because in real life my thrust is set to that, so for some reason Xplane just shows this. And because I have the setting where hardware 18 gauge lock throttle, which is off, which is on, so maybe this is the issue, which is fine. I'd rather the auto throttle work than it constantly doing it. Either way, we're on our way down to the ground. A lot of clouds, I have to say. Loads of clouds. Ooh, I wonder what airport this is. Must be a regional airport. 3-5. Just not even a tower or anything. Oh, there's a nice little city there. I really doubt Saudi Arabian houses are built like this. These are very much European design. Nevertheless, I digress. Go back to our lovely aircraft here. Seems like drag will be required. We're increasing in speed. I'll watch that. For now, we'll keep it as it is. We want to descend and get there as fast as possible. But because of the tailwind, we may need to introduce some drag to the whole ordeal. It's not cav okay. We do have some visibility constraints, which is good. We like some interesting weather from time to time, especially when it's rainy and we get the nice little effect on the rain. Hopefully the landing frames will be fine, because last thing I want is a laggy landing like the one we had in one of the previous streams. It's okay, this is all performance, this is all fixable things. This is not something that we can't fix. Right, so as long as we get the checklist right and realism from that aspect correct, then all that's left to do is get a better computer. So drag required, so I'll just put it quickly on the flight detent. Auto throttle has been disarmed for some reason. Turn that back on. All the way to idle. now we're within the clouds and it's raining. I set the QNH correctly, which is the QNH now in Riyadh is, let me quickly, actually I will refresh it. I have a meter website right now, so it's 1019. So we'll do that. Above 21,000 feet, which will be something we are right now. Then the next constraint is below high level 160. And then 11,000 feet above, 5,500 feet above, so we are on profile, which is very nice. There we go, we're below the cloud layer. The rain starts. Very stormy and windy weather, I would say. We'll quickly try and find a nicer profile. What I usually like is, I wonder whether I can find it, is the roll, not the ground. I'm not sure if that's only rolling sounds. No, I'm looking at the yaw, essentially. Would be another name for it. Or the roll. That. And severe terms are going that causes down and buffering your aircraft. Whoa. Preview, this is a preview. Doesn't sound too bad. Airframe wind. Yes. Future preview. I'll check the turbulence. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Surface turbulence. Costs 1 to FPS depending on temperature, altitude, wind, you might feel ground surface turbulence. And flying in low level altitudes. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
1,000 to go.
Yeah, that's 21. Okay, we don't need any more of that. I'm happy to continue descending to where our approach starts. Which, if I go to the approach charts real quick, we have our approach starting at 4,000. I'm happy to keep it at 4,000. Obviously our go around altitude will be 7,000, so once the time comes we'll have it. So now we should go down to fly level 160, and once we reach that point which says TD fly level 160, this is where we will start descending over to the next. Drag may be required. I see the speed creeping up a little bit. We always want to stay on track. Oh no, it always does this, doesn't it? Every time I move this. That's fine though. Yep. Oh no, it keeps doing it. Man, oh man. It's crazy. Let's put the our throttle to idle and just leave it there. Head anticipation. That's what I wanted. I like it. I don't like the taxi one. I do like 90 on the roll, though. And I don't want any delay, for that matter. Like maybe one. So yeah. Okay, we'll close that for now. It's not very relevant. We no longer need a speed brake. Okay, let's quickly check what our approach. So we are pretty close to landing, in all honesty. Yeah, so we'll go in and then we'll land like that. From Bosseb, above 11,000 feet. And decel point is over there, which seems good. Very nice scenery. Beautiful airplane, I have to say. We didn't have as much to discuss this time. It was a very hectic stream, so I do apologize. I'm still happy that we are doing a stream though, you know. It's nice to at least have something to watch. Maybe it won't be the best quality, but you know, the operations that we follow are still pretty good. You know, we're using the basic add-ons for Xplane, which add quite a lot of value. So in terms of the semantics of the stream, like delivery and also the topics of discussion, we fell short, but do understand that, you know, it's been a hectic week. Okay, we're slightly above profile, so, and we're increasing our speed, so I will start by extending the speed brake. Once we get on profile, we'll put it back up. There we go. Awesome. You can leave it to armed. And our speed is also dropping, which is nice. Now, speed brake armed and is not extended. I just want to quickly check that that's true. Yeah, it is not extended, which is nice. And a very nice glossy wing texture, which reflects the livery quite nicely. Yeah, I do like this glossiness. It gives the golden color what I wanted to give it. A nice little slight golden tan color. Very nice indeed. Very nice indeed. So we should level off at 11,000 right now, due to the fact that there is a constraint 11,000 and above. What a nice. It does look nice. The ambience, the light ambience, like it seems pretty realistic. Like you wouldn't be able to clearly see the ground. You'd have that hue in the air. But we are 20 nautical miles away from the airport, which is right there if you can see. Drag required, so quickly increase drag as it's required. We're passing 10.6, so let's start with our landing lights. And I believe we need to set the engines to continuous as well in preparation for our landing. At the diesel, we'll start extending the flaps, which is very important. So this will be it seems like we have a long to go, but actually this is a very straightforward approach. Usually you'd stay at 6,000 feet for a while, but no. In this approach we're going straight down, straight into the runway, get everything done. I won't run, I will quickly just open up the approach checklist.
And instruments.
Yeah, we've set the altimeters.
Set and cross-checked.
Approach aids.
Yeah, checked and
Checked
set.
and set.
Obviously.
Approach
We
checks
clearly did
completed.
that, guys. Come on. I need better, you know, we clearly checked. Okay, we're above profile right now. So, and we do have the speed brake extended, so I'm not sure why we're still... Okay, we're getting closer. So, you want this to be 0. Now we're 610 feet above profile, which is a very huge difference. We do need to get back on profile. Hopefully now that we will do so. Ooh, we're a little bit hot. Not going to lie. We're getting on profile, that's fine. So, flaps 1,250 knots. I will set flaps at this point because I do want us to, well, I do want us to try and slow down a little bit. So we have flaps 5 set, as you can see here. We're pretty close to landing, so hopefully that will help us decelling and descending. Oh, we're way above profile. We're very high. Very, very high. Very high. This is the airport that we are supposed to be landing on, but we're very high. I'm not sure if I need to quickly make a right turn and then come back to the runway and line up. I have it ready because we're, unless I get the gear down, we won't be set up anytime soon. Oof, we're way above profile. Wow. Drag required. Yeah, we're pretty fast. Yeah, so what I will do is I'll go to heading select and I'll make a right turn so that we have some time to turn and descend and reduce speed, because otherwise we are too high.
1,000 to go.
It should have been 4,000 here. Then would be too fast to extend anything. So I'm sure it would have been able to do it, but I have to increase my experience before I can trust it fully. But we'll just do a turn. We can manage. Now that we're leveling off, we don't really need speed brake. I'll make sure that obviously it's armed. There we go. And let's now turn to heading 327, sorry. 327. Once we're on intercept heading, I will then turn on lateral navigation, LNAV. So this should be good. We're on intercept heading, we can turn that. And that should be us. Okay. So I have flaps 5. Should now intercept. Gave myself a little bit of time just to make sure that we have the required time to descend and to be on profile for our approach. With more experience, I'm sure I'll be able to trust this system a little bit better. We'll engage approach now. Single HC. We're waiting for the glide slope to be captured. There we go. Glide slope has been captured, and we're waiting for
2500.
2500 check. Very nice. So at this point, I will set the go around altitude to 7,000 feet. I will now take over the controls. So, well, I guess auto throttle and disengage. All good. We have controls. I have controls. I'm happy. Take over and start the flight. Okay, cool. I will gear down and flaps 25. That will give us, we're a little bit below profile, so I'm happy to raise it. Start trimming down a little bit. The flaps are giving the balloon effect. We see this nice indicator at the top right. I'm not sure I really like it, but we're testing it. I don't want to get our descent rate higher than 1,000, so we just have to calm it down a little bit. We are below our ref, so I'll increase speed. I will set flaps full now. And let's do the landing checklist.
Start switches.
Continuous.
Recall.
Are you a real pilot?
I am a real pilot.
Checked.
Speed brake.
Armed green light.
Landing
Yep.
gear.
Down 3 green.
Auto brake.
Auto brake 2 set.
Flaps.
Flaps 30 set. Green light.
Landing lights.
On.
Landing checklist completed.
Need to be a little bit faster. By a little bit, I mean quite a lot. The landing checklist completed. Okay. Start descending now. Oh, this is not a very good landing. Not a very good approach.
200.
I think we may have to do a go around here. Yeah, I'll call a go around. You're up. And flaps 5. Go around thrust. Why is it not going go around thrust? What a nice go around. Alright, let's fly the go around now. Turn the autopilot on and flaps 2. Too unstable of an approach. Trimming wasn't there. I wasn't able to trim it properly and as expected, so we'll have to go around now. I won't hold. I'll go around heading select. I'll go on heading select. I'll reduce the speed to 180.
Thousand to go.
Oh, this is annoying. Okay, there we go. And VS. Okay, let's go ahead and descend to 4,000 feet again. I was totally out of trim. Hence, I had to. Oh man, zooming in is annoying. I have to say, quite the jarring experience we had today in the stream. But it's very interesting that we're getting to do a go around now. I had to call it there. Too unstable. Very unstable indeed. So, over there. Yeah, the trimming was off there. I mean, I'm just going through in my head what we did wrong. And yeah, we did do the trim quite horribly there. I was fighting with a yoke quite a lot. I didn't trim the aircraft correctly, and I went below and above the... It was a horrible approach, I have to say. But the workload got really high very quickly, so I wasn't prepared for it as much. This approach is quite straightforward and quick, like I said before. Nevertheless, can I get flaps 5? Yeah, we can get flaps 5 down. For now, we'll keep it. Looking okay. This isn't the way to fly the go around, I believe. Although it's not too bad. Here the airport is clean, so why not just fly a base flight pattern around the airport? And the altitude will give us some time. Now we can start turning. Not as much, but we can start turning. Intercept down.
2,500.
There we go. 2,500. This is a good time to start turning. Level up at 4,000. We'll alarm the approach again. Okie doke. We're turning out. Might as well turn the T right now to right on. And set to 327, which is our runway course heading. 4000 should be able. Awesome stuff. Runway's right there if I can see correctly. This is a very nice lineup. I'm sure I can only approach now. And start from here. Okay, so this time I will disconnect way earlier. Make sure the gear is in the off position. We'll wait now, but I have to trim the aircraft correctly. So this time we'll hopefully get it done correctly. Right, let's start descending a little bit. I need to be in full control of the aircraft this time. There's no excuses. I'll get the gear down and flaps 25. Once flaps 25, I'm happy to set flaps full. Now I need to be trimming a little bit down. Need to increase the thrust so that we don't go below our ref speed. Okay, we are above profile again when we start descending. No more than 1,000 feet descent rate. Much more stable approach so far. Using the trim a little bit better. We do have a tailwind though at this point in the approach. Yeah, let's decrease our descent rate a little bit. We have to keep it at 1,000 so that we can catch up with the glide slope, essentially, is what we want to do here. A little bit higher thrust setting.
1,000.
Descent rate is high again. Make sure that's dialed in. The trim. We don't have to trim as much. So approach speed is getting a little bit lower than expected, so we'll increase the thrust. 1,000 feet. Increase the thrust a little bit more. Quickly descend.
500.
A little bit down trim. Our approach speed, we're a bit low on the approach speed, but we're high on the glide slope. A little bit better of an approach this time, much more stable.
Minimums.
Definitely. We'll continue. We won't go around this time. I have to fight the yoke a little bit.
200.
Trim down. Aiming
100.
for the touchdown marking.
60, 50, 40, 30,
Close.
20,
Hold the
10,
attitude.
5.
Hold it. Come on. Get down. Bit brake. Reverse green. Check manual braking. 60 knots, reverse is off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Riyadh. A very interesting approach, to say the least. Let's clean up the aircraft. Very interesting landing. Very interesting go around, very interesting landing. Not the best, not the worst. I'm happy we went around. It would have been way worse if we stayed on that first approach. We'll just go quickly and park over there. This time we do have gates, which is good. The Jeddah airport didn't have. 120 feet per minute was the touchdown speed, which was pretty good. But we did have approach speed and glide slope deviation, a very unstable approach, as shown here by our friend. I'll keep it here so that you can see it for as long as it's going to stay on. We can now start cleaning up the aircraft. Turn the transponder to standby. Flaps are up. Speed brakes are disarmed. Auto brake set to off. Engine mode selectors to auto. Landing lights off. And strobe lights to off as well. I'm not sure if there's an after landing. No, there's no after landing checklists. So let's make our way over to the gates. So I'll set a little bit more thrust. Not too bad. There's definitely improvement here. We were lower. I had to just increase the thrust a little bit more, but I didn't know how much. I kept increasing it little by little. You know, I added little bits like that. It wasn't enough though, so that's something we can work on. I'd say this is my 5th landing with the ZIBO after such a long time. The frames were pretty good, and they still are. Not sure if I have any scenery for this airport, but it does seem like it's very nice. Right, so we'll quickly go here as we're turning in. We'll turn off our lights. There's no need for that, and we can start the APU. We'll go idle so that we are not too fast. Xplane provides very good features for the replay, so we will be looking at the replay, see how the touchdown went. Like I said, there is a lot to improve on. It's not like we did too horrible. There we go. I'm happy to stop here. We're at last on the ground. Parking brake set. APU is not available yet. Wait for APU available. APU is now available. And we can shut down the engines. We will reset the MCP. And Shift G toggle gateway attachment, because Xplane has default gateways. Xplane 12, that is. I'm not sure about Xplane 11. Nice and basic. We don't need this to come down, which is fine. Go ahead and let the passengers loose. Packs to auto. Turn the isolation valve to on. And over to our doors. Where are the doors? Ground services? Yeah, doors. And we can turn that on later. Let's go quickly check out the replay. So flight, toggle replay mode. And around here, this is where we're taxiing. Around here is where we're turning in. And around here, we should be on a final. So a little bit of a tailwind we had this time around,
1,000 feet,
which I would say is not my fault. It's the sims or the sim brief's fault. I'm only joking. We'll have a bit of a more realistic procedure if we go on that sim. They won't give us any runway that they are not happy with in terms of weather-wise. So overall, not a bad approach. We're 2 reds, 2 whites. At some point, we did go a little bit high. We weren't on the path ever, I don't think. We're always above it. So right at the end I had to dip it a little bit, as you can see here, so the descent rate increases quite a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw above 1,000. But this is the interesting part of the touchdown. So what happens here is, I didn't realize that obviously we have a crab angle. So what ended up happening is we're nicely flaring, but now we're floating, right? And we keep floating, holding the attitude. The touchdown was Very good. But now I'm off center, you see, because I didn't realize I had a crab going on. We can turn this back. I didn't realize we had a crab going on. So after the touchdown, you see we have a crab. We need to decrab the aircraft. Obviously, I didn't do that. And on touchdown, which was a very smooth one, we obviously started moving to the right. Another issue is here. You see how I pull up a little bit more? I didn't do the front end correctly, which is an issue. So let's bring the aircraft all the way back. A little bit further back, go back. Where we are. Caliphate Airways, Ramadan livery, special. Very smooth touchdown, I have to say. Very smooth touchdown. One more. I don't want to boast too much. It was a floater. We should have touched down there. We were ready to touch down there. They're a little bit too high. But it was a nice touchdown to say the least. Awesome stuff. We corrected and recentered the aircraft. Let's go ahead quickly. Oh, I made a mistake here.
100.
There we go. Let's quickly ahead. Let's
60,
go ahead
50,
and review
40,
the touchdown.
30, 20, 10, 5.
So this is where we're floating, and then the inevitable touchdown. Very smooth. Nice little. Okay. Let's try and go over. And here, we have to open this. Ooh. I'm not sure how to go to. I'm not sure how to go into the cabin if I can't open the door. Maybe I can unlock it though. No, it doesn't seem like I can go in there. We would have a nice little wing view, but I can set that up for next time. Let's see if I can hack it and go from the top or something. No, can't do that. That's fine. That's fine. But fast on the taxiway there, I have to say. But not a bad landing. Not a bad landing. The approach was an issue, but we did go around as expected. And we can obviously toggle this off and spool down as the engines are spooling down.
Shutdown checklist. Fuel pumps.
Really? Off.
Yeah, off. They're
Electrical.
APU on the bus.
Fasten belts.
Off.
Window heat.
Not again.
off.
Off.
Yeah, I know you'll be
Road heat.
angry.
Off.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Electric hydraulic pumps.
Off.
Voice recorder.
Auto.
Air conditioning packs.
Auto.
Engine bleeds.
On.
APU bleed.
Off.
Exterior lights.
Are you a real pilot?
What?
Checked.
Start switches.
There we go.
Off.
Do the off.
Auto brake.
Off.
Speed brake.
I'm cheating a little
Down
bit. This
to 10.
this checklist. It's fine.
Flaps.
Up. No lights.
Parking brake.
Set.
Set.
Start levers.
Cut off.
Cut off.
Weather radar.
Off.
Transponder.
Standby.
CVR circuit breaker.
In.
Cockpit door.
Ah, this.
Oh, do I need to lock it? Oh yeah, because I unlocked it, right?
Shutdown checklist complete.
Lovely. Okay. So this is a very nice flight today. we're going to set the chocks and the GPU now. We can release the parking brakes due to the chocks, and obviously ground power is available, so we can turn off the APU and stop wasting any further fuel. We can then go over to the home and terminate leg, which will kick out all the passengers, I guess. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this very shaky stream, full of hurdles and obstacles. We managed to do it. Very nice empty cabin. And very nice seats, I have to say. The main developer and CEO of Xplane is right there on the screens of our passengers. A very funny add-on here. It was a very interesting stream today, I have to say, like I mentioned before, full of hurdles and obstacles, but we're here to overcome them. And it was entertaining for me, to say the least. The landing turned out to be an unstable one. However, the touchdown was rather acceptable. Now, I love this aircraft, and I loved it since, last year when I started streaming. And we will continue to fly this aircraft for days to come. I can open this door. Very nice. Very nice. I can open the door, it's funny. Very nice indeed. Very nice indeed. So, it's time to call it a day. I'll see you next week, where we will be continuing our tour from Riyadh to an undisclosed airport. And who knows? It may be that I'll use the time to obviously finalize the Ramadan livery, make it look a little bit more professional, as well as any. I can turn the doors manually on, like that. That's crazy. I don't know if I could do that. No, I don't think I can. It just shows like I can. Oh wow, I can. Can I? Not sure how that door opened. Or is it one door at a time? I'm getting distracted here, but Okay. Very interesting. What's happening here? Crazy. Alright, anyways. So yeah, we'll use the time to set up the liver a little bit better, and hopefully we'll get better quality livery, as well as landing and all that good stuff. Now, in terms of destinations, we'll continue our tour around the Middle East and Middle Eastern countries. Once we're done with that and we're happy with it, we're too bored with Middle Eastern countries, we'll move over to the nice European destinations that we can go to. One of them that I'm looking forward to is Austria, because of the nice little Innsbruck airport. But the main points of contention, we have to continue improving our approach quality. It has to go up to standard like last year. It was pretty good last year. So that, the approach quality, and performance-wise, the stream was pretty good today in terms of performance, other than the fact that we completely disconnected. That was a Wi-Fi issue, that wasn't an Xplane issue. So performance-wise, I mean, the clearest path to a better performance is a new setup, which will come at some point in the distant future. I say distant because I'm not sure at what point I will be getting one. Rest assured that obviously you'll know it when I get one, because the settings will be at the max, and I'll have scenery, ortho, XP everywhere and I won't slow down on the settings at all. With that said, وأقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم استغفروا إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.